it. Too many people, they don't let me down. But I keep it real, no time for hating. I'm always on that PC tryna shape my sound. See, I'm just tryna make it. I've got some people I cannot let it down. Aiming for the top of the mountain. Not there yet, but I've left the ground. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just tryna make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Oh, I've left the ground. I'm just tryna make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah. Make it, yeah, make it, yeah, yeah.
say I'm a big dog. I make all my niggas better. I feel like I'm Chris Paul. I serve all the purest cocaine, don't need no fentanyl. He faking this persona for the bitches, call him Rick Ross. While I fuck on your bitch right by the door, I told her get lost. I see cash up in my sleep like Trader Visionary. I keep sticks up on my side, got more than the military. Got up in that pussy, leave it creamy, Ben and Jerry's. Take off like a jet, I'm feeling like I'm Jason Terry. These niggas hate it, but these bitches love the way I'm shining though. I might get 100 years if the police find a dope. Dreaming for my baby mama, cause I found a finer hoe. I done put my bitch.
Man, welcome back, y'all, to another one. This is actually a J Talk Sports episode, but welcome back to Let's Talk with JVJ2. Man, I hope everybody doing all right, man. On the way in, as usual, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the videos, turn the notice on, all that in a bag of chips. Where's my Otis? Need my Otis. Like something just crawled on my leg. I know what's going on. But yeah, man, we got to talk about this basketball tonight, man. We got to talk about this basketball. I know some folks be like, man, why y'all be covering sports, man? Get to the politics and the kind of stuff. Y'all get that on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Y'all get that on Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tonight, we are going to be talking about these NBA playoffs, and I'm be honest with y'all. I'm sad as shit. Y'all see the hat I got on my head right now. Man, I'm in a somber mood, bruh. I'm in a somber mood. But we got to talk about the games that transpired since the last time we was up here, man. And honestly, the way this is shaping out as of right now, I don't know if I'm gonna really be that interested in watching the NBA Finals. Not saying that the playoffs have not been good, y'all, because the playoffs have been excellent. I don't know what all these other people talking about. The NBA sucks. Dude, this shit is good basketball. It's very interesting to watch. But I'm saying that in the sense of I don't know why that's doing that. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing that. But yeah, man, depending on the teams that make it to the finals, y'all, will be a big determining factor if I do watch myself. I ain't gonna hold you. But look, we got to talk about the games that transpired since the last time we were on here, bitch. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna talk about the games that transpired since the last time we was on here. We're gonna talk about the games that happened yesterday, and we'll do a catch up. We'll do a quick catch up on what actually has been going on. So yesterday, y'all, we had some interesting games on. Let me roll that up a little bit for y'all. Made that a little bit bigger. That's what she said. Yesterday, y'all, we had the Knicks going up against the Celtics. And I hate to say it, man, but it looked like New York about to pull the series out. They are up right now, currently, y'all, 3-1. And I don't like it because I really don't want to hear New York Knicks fans' mouth, because you know they're going to be running their mouth if they win anything. They already talking when they don't win shit anyway, so just imagine if they won something. But yesterday, they pulled off a win against the Celtics, man, 121-113. Jason Tatum did go down. He was having a really good game, too. I think he almost had, matter of fact, we're going to look at the box score. I think the dude almost had 40. Let's see, man. Why? I can't see it if it's that small. Yeah, he had 42 in this game, y'all. JT dropped 42 on a decent shooting percentage, 16-28. Yeah, 7-16 for 3. 3 from the free throw line. Yeah, he was having a hell of a game, but he went down, y'all. Twisted ankle. And I don't think he's coming back from that. Not this season. Ella may have seen to him or something that she want him to come back, but I don't think he's coming back from that. And he got a little bit of help from Jaylen Brown, who's not been playing up to the tier that he needs to be playing at for them to move on. But Derek Wright always coming in. Swiss Army knife gave him 23. And you got Pritchard coming off the bench. So that little boy right there, man, he one of them little problems. He like that JJ Barea in the NBA Finals with Dirk and shit. That motherfucker a little problem. Like, would you build a team around this motherfucker? Hell nah. Would you try to make him your star player? Hell nah. But in a series, he could be a matchup problem. And Pritchard is a little matchup problem. The little boy can shoot. He can get buckets, even though he real small. But going over to the New York side, man, look, it was just all hands on deck. And this is why Boston keep losing. And first, on top of them not knowing how to close games out, I'm gonna definitely say that about y'all Boston Celtics. Y'all don't have a closer on your squad. You don't have a closer at all. But you had Mikal Bridges give you 23. OG Anunoby gave you 20. Cat gave you 23. Jalen Brunson gave you 39. What more do you need? What more do you need? You got 4 of your starters in goddamn 20-plus points. 20-plus points. It's crazy. And if you would have watched the game, man, you would have saw how Jalen Brunson started getting it going towards that fourth quarter. He started ramping up. And they can't stop the dude, man. They cannot stop him. And I know Dallas got to be feeling some type of way that y'all didn't want to keep him. Y'all didn't keep fucking Luka. But y'all do got the number 1 draft pick, so I guess you can rest your head on that. But y'all could have had all 3, well, possibly 3 different guys, because they probably wouldn't have won the lottery if they kept them. I don't know. Ain't no telling. But you let a star leave your town, and now you over there in New York living it up. But yeah, y'all, this series, in my honest opinion, is over with. I did not pick the Knicks to win this one because I just be hating against New York fans. At least I'll admit it. I be hating on y'all because y'all talk too much. So I just hate against all y'all teams. But it looks like they're going to be going to the conference finals, and that's going to be the first time in I don't know how long, like literally late 90s, early 90s or some shit like that. I don't even know if y'all even made it to the final. Somebody had to look that stat up for me and let me know when the last time the Knicks made the Eastern Conference Finals. But it don't look like we're going to have another defending champ, because this has been a thing. Defending champs do not defend their title the next year. We ain't seen that in a long time, y'all. We have not seen a defending champ go back, I think, since the Warriors. I think it's been since the Warriors. Somebody fact check me on that one. But speaking of the Warriors, The Warriors fell, y'all, to 3-1. They fell down 3-1. This is why I'm in the mood I'm in right now. This is why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now, y'all. We fail. We fail, y'all. Now, we are known for being a team that can come back from being down 3-1, but we ain't got KD and all the, well, we ain't got that's the old team. That's the old squad. The one that beat KD Thunder with Russ and Harden and shit. That's some years ago, way long time ago. So it's gonna take an uphill battle. But in this game, the Wolves pulled it off 117 to 110. And let's see who they had going. Julius Randle gave him a nice little 31. Jaden McDaniels chipped in 10. Rudy Gobert, non-scoring ass, gave you 8. That's probably all off of dunks. Mike Conley gave you 11. And Anthony Edwards, surprisingly not the leading scorer. Julius Randle took that role that day. But Anthony Edwards, a nice little 30-piece. This dude is hard to stop, man. I watched the boy play, and we all can see it. He got a little bit of Jordan in him. Not saying he gonna be that as great as Jordan or however people try to shape Jordan in their mind, but the way he gets to the basket, the way he elevates, it resembles the way Michael Jordan used to play a lot. It really does. Shot don't resemble each other, but the game is very similar, very similar. Let's see who else they had. Nas Reed only gave him 5, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker gave you 13. DiVincenzo chipped in 9. Yeah, man, look, without Steph out here, it's going to be a problem trying to stop these boys. So let's go down into the Warriors and see what the Warriors actually contributed in this game, man. Let's see who helped out. You pretty much had Draymond Green give you 14, Trey Jackson-Davis. That's a kid that ain't been getting no playing time, but now Steve Kerr want to play him. Like, I don't know what's up with Steve Kerr and his rotation and how he coaching these boys. I'll be honest with y'all on that, man. I've been very critical of the dude ever since he got there, because he pretty much got a ready-made team for him. That's Mark Jackson's squad. I don't care what none of y'all talking about. But I don't know what he's doing this year when it comes to his rotations and who he's actually giving playing time to. But yeah, Trey Jackson-Davis. I'm just gonna call him Trey because I ain't saying that Tracy. But he gave you 5, which we don't expect him to do nothing. He's a big man. Jimmy Butler, disappointing game, man. Disappointing game. 14 points. Draymond Green had as many points as you had. Jimmy, we need more than that if you about to get shipped out of town, bro. Buddy Hield chipped in 13. Buddy Hield probably had man, look. Thank you, buddy, for giving us something. Thank you for giving us something. And Brandon Prajinski, this boy not built for the big lights. I can just say that right now. Look, he is good in the regular season. He showed a lot of improvement this year, but he is not built for the big lights. He has not had one good playoff game, in my opinion, so far on this playoff run, the entire run. I need you to be Curry's helpmate, bruh. You need to be his helpmate. I need 15 points at the bare minimum every game. And it seems like he's a little scared to shoot. Once he starts missing, he gets into this little realm where he's not going to shoot. I'm like, dude, the only way you're going to make a shot is if you shoot a shot. The only way you get out of a shooting slump is to shoot out of it. Like, you got to shoot the ball. Just shoot it within the flow of the game, and you won't get your ass yanked out. But you should get yanked out when you only give me 11 points. Take your ass out the game. But let's go on down to the bench. And this is one of the biggest issues why I keep saying Steve Kerr and his rotations. I don't know what he's doing. Jonathan Kuminga was the leading scorer on the team. He played the least amount of minutes of all the starters besides Trace. I don't like saying that boy. Jackson-Davis played. And he played in the center spot. That boy played 30 minutes, gave you 23 points. This boy has been in no man's land since the beginning of the playoffs and in the very end of the regular season. Steve Kerr has not been trying to play this kid. And now with Steph Curry down, you got to rely on somebody that you done had sitting down there at the end of the bench rotting. Steve Kerr, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he got an attitude problem or whatever the fuck, but you're trying to win. You're trying to win. This is like going to be your future if you really plan on really thinking about it that way. He's your young talent. The boy needs to be on the court, and he's talented. But he came in and dropped 23 trying to save the day because, whatever the fuck. And I'm not going to go through all these other people down here. It don't even really matter. He put in the bench and let the bench players get the last couple minutes of the game. And they actually started coming back a little bit, man, because the game was actually way worse than the final score tells you. Like, it was close, but they started pulling away in that fourth quarter. And luckily, the bench came in and helped us out. But, yeah, the Warriors now are down 3-1, y'all. So we got two teams right here, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Timberwolves, Warriors. Both 3-1 games. Both teams can close it out tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow. Let me see. No, Wednesday. Yeah, they play tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes down. But it ain't looking too good for my Warriors. And I don't know if Curry's going to come back. Just for y'all that didn't know, he's been hurt. He only played game 1, got hurt early in game 2, and he ain't been back since. And the Warriors have dropped every game. Every game. Still game 1 on the road and get swept. Get gentlemen swept. I hope that ain't the case. I hope they can still fight. I got faith in them. I got hope in them, but we need Curry. We can't win it without Curry. Jimmy can't carry this team. This ain't that Miami Heat team. He can't carry this team, even though this team is better overall than that Miami Heat team. Yeah, we need Curry back. In Boston, y'all pretty much just gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna say that right now. Y'all just wrap that shit up. I wish I had that Dave Chappelle skit where he had the wrap it up button. Y'all remember that? Any of y'all used to watch Chappelle show? So had that wrap it up button. Tell them to wrap it up. Because it's over with. Boston, y'all going home. Sadly to say, and the New York Knicks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I guess congratulations to them motherfuckers. I don't like them though. But tonight, right now, we have the Pacers and the Cavaliers playing. And this series right here is another 3-1. Another 3-1. Where the lower seed, because the Cavaliers are number 1 seed in the East. They about to get their ass put the fuck out. I'm being honest with y'all. I've been a firm believer. Any of y'all that came around here and watched me cover these basketball shows, y'all know what my opinion has always been about the Cavaliers. Don't fucking believe him. Soon as Donovan Mitchell went there and people was getting all hyped up, nope, don't believe him. I don't believe Donovan Mitchell can be the best player on the championship winning team. And that's not taken away from his game, because the boy he's amazing on the basketball court. But he can't be the best player if you want to win a championship. And they getting their ass whooped by the Pacers. I ain't talking about literally right now, but I'm talking about throughout this series. To be down 3-1, and I understand Garland and what's his name, Mobley, whatever. Yeah, Mobley. I know they was hurt when the series started, but that don't matter. Y'all supposed to, Donovan, you got to do it. Or at least get one. Yeah, he got one when they came back. But we're going to see how this shit plays out. Right now, the game is 67-64. But let's see what they last matchup. Let's see what the score was. Yeah, because they got their ass blitzed last game, y'all. Last time they played, they got their ass blitzed. 109-129. In that game, Evan Mobley gave you 10. Jared Allen only gave you 1. Darius Garland gave you 21. Donovan Mitchell gave you 12. Oh, yeah, and Donovan Mitchell got hurt, too. He got hurt in halftime warm-up. Very weird, y'all. Cat, get off my hoodie. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We can't lose it. Let's go ahead now. Out somewhere. Go in the living room and play with somebody, man. Trying to sit on. Let motherfuckers, you try to make a bed anywhere they can make a bed. Like, man, you better go lay down in your bed. Got a whole bed in there. Don't want to lay on nothing but my shit. But either way, though. Yeah, where was I at? Darius Garland gave you 21. Donovan Mitchell gave you 12, man. That I know you got hurt, but bro, like I don't get how you got hurt like that. Because he was just warming up, shooting at halftime, getting ready to go, and he stepped, and boy he was like, nope. He was like, nope, can't go. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't know if he quitting or he really got hurt. But a lot of players, you'll be surprised. You can just get out the bed one day and, matter of fact, it ain't got to be just a player. Anybody. You can get out the bed one day and step the wrong way and tweak your back. So I ain't going to hold it against them, but I'll just tell you this series is over with, which is sad to say. Matt Strus gave you 11, and all these other guys don't give a fuck. Isaac Okoro don't even get that much playing time, bro. I remember when he was supposed to be one of the young talents for Cleveland that was going to get going. Him, Garland, and a couple other guys they had. But he got 19 minutes, gave you 13 points. Should have gave him some more playing time, especially when you got motherfuckers like Jared Allen. He supposed to be protecting the rim. That means he only got 2 rebounds. You the tallest person on the basketball court, got 2 rebounds. Bro, you just sit your ass on the bench, man. Just go and sit on the bench, man. You could have put a Coro in there. Coro got 2 rebounds in less time. But down to Indiana, man. This is the sad part. I don't like Indiana either, y'all. I don't believe in this team, and it's about to be a New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers Eastern Conference Finals. Who the fuck want to watch that shit? That's what's about to happen, man. Who want to watch that shit? Because I know I don't. I do not want to watch that shit. And I'm gonna have to pull for the Knicks. I have to pull for the Knicks. This is crazy. But here you go. We are living in dangerous times. We are living in very crazy times. So I guess it's got to affect my sports too. It can affect everything else in society, but I thought my sports would stay away from it. Nope, it's affecting my sports too. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. But yeah, for the Indiana Pacers, man, you had Pascal Siakam drop 21 on their head. Aaron Naismith, this boy been trending for some reason. I don't know why, but him and Steph Curry, I had something, I think, where he talked shit to him or whatever. But he gave you 12. I think he a rookie. Miles Turner. See, and all my folks that keep telling me Miles Turner ain't good, bro. I'm trying to tell you, the Warriors should have picked his ass up when we had the chance. We needed a big man. I like his style of play. We've done this before. We had Boogie Cousins. Similar game. Besides, the motherfucker don't be banging in the paint like Boogie used to. But then he gave you 20. Nembhard gave you 7. And Tyrese Halliburton gave you 11. And I don't like Tyrese Halliburton's game, y'all. I don't like it. I damn sure don't like his jump shot. Look, y'all say I'm hating. I do not like that set shot. That shit is ugly as hell. Ugly as hell. I don't like nothing about this team. But he gave you 11 assists, because usually you have a lot of assists. He only had 5 assists. 3 of 8, 1 of 5, 4 of 5. Man, I don't like his game. And then Obi Toppin gave you 20 off the bench, y'all. 21 points, 21 minutes, 20 points. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Came in and got 5 rebounds, 2 assists. So he came in and did his thing. I don't like Obi Toppin game either. He kind of like a discount Blake Griffin. That's what I think of him when I think of him, or a discount Aaron Gordon back when Aaron Gordon played with Orlando. Yeah. That's probably actually more. I don't want to disrespect Blake like that, because Aaron Gordon to discount Blake Griffin. That didn't get hurt yet. But yeah, man, I don't really like that dude game. I don't like Indiana as a whole. But y'all, we might as well go and get our mind set, y'all. Get our mind set for this. Look, man, I'm just going ahead and say it right now, man. It's gonna be an Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks, Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm just dreading having to talk about that shit. I'm dreading to have to talk about that. But it's gonna be 1-2-3 Cancun for the Cavaliers and for the fucking the Celtics. They going home. They going home for sure. I can guarantee that. But we gotta talk about this other series, y'all, because this has probably been the most competitive series in this semi round, because because Curry got hurt. Otherwise, that would be another one. But we got the OKC Thunder going up against the Denver Nuggets. Right now, the series is tied 2-2. 2-2, y'all. 2-2. So we're gonna get some games out of this. But I really got some thoughts about this, and I'm gonna talk about it after I run off their score for the last game. Chet Holmgren. I'm gonna talk about him in a second. 8 points. Jalen Williams 10. Hartenstein gave you 8. Shea gave you 25. Lou Dort gave you 6. You really wouldn't think your team would be winning with this terrible scoring in the starting lineup. Only one person outside of Shea gave you double digits, and he gave you 10. He barely crossed that threshold. That's not good. But off the bench, you had Alex Caruso gave you 10. Aaron Wiggins and Carson Wallace. I don't even know who Carson Wallace is. They chipped in 11. Caruso gave you that nice little 10. But over to the Denver side, and I think Denver's getting exposed right now. I think they're getting exposed a little bit right now. But it's just one game. They've been trading games, y'all. They've been trading games. So we'll see how this next one goes. But Aaron Gordon seemed to be playing the best basketball of his life right now. He gave you 15. Michael Porter Jr., this is a disappointment. I'm surprised they ain't traded him yet. I bet nobody won't take him. Like, dude, he came into the league supposed to being a prolific scorer. And he showed glimpses that he could score. But I don't think he built for that team. I think he on the wrong team, bro, to be honest with y'all. I think he on the wrong fucking team, because he ain't gonna never be able to show his potential on that team. Or he better learn how to take the second spot from Jamal Murray and be that guy. But they don't seem like he will, because he don't really like to play defense. And dude, he took 7 shots. He made 1 of them. 5 of them holes was threes. Missed one of his free throws. Like, come on, bro. But at least he did give you 9 rebounds, which was plus 15. With 3 points, he was plus 15 in the game. That's crazy. Crazy how they calculate that. But next you had Jokic. Jokic, as usual, 27 points, 13 rebounds on. He didn't do the triple-double in this one because he had the ball in his hand. He was shooting a lot. But he had 27 to 13. That's good. Jamal Murray, 17. And Christian Braun, like, he's slowly coming to him. So that little boy been feeling himself. That little white boy been feeling himself. And I feel him. He be getting crunk out there. I be seeing his ass on the court. I'm like, okay now. I don't like the game, but okay now. I see. Gave you another 17. Russ off the bench gave you 6. We ain't really got to talk about nobody else. It's shit. Look, man. I'm going to just go back. No, we're going to stay on this train. We're going to stay on this one. Look, man. These two teams, I don't know who to pick. I know who I'm going to tell you I'm going to go with. But I don't think the Thunder got it in them, man. I don't think they got it in them to win this series. And I know after all I just said about the Nuggets, I don't think the Thunder got it in them to win this series. I think the Nuggets are going to win this series in total, mainly because Chet Holmgren sucked. I said it, y'all. Chet Holmgren sucked. Chet Holmgren sucked, y'all. Write that shit down. That boy, I do not like his game, bro. And I remember watching this kid in high school, watching him for his 1 year in college. And I've been hearing how they talk about him. Oh, he's so versatile. He can put it on the ground. He can shoot. We got a lot of these young players bitching up in these playoffs. He had a chance to win game 1 for him. I think it was game 1. It was either game 1 or game 2. He had a chance to win it for him. Go to the free throw line and sink 2 free throws, and this game is over with. This motherfucker went up there and missed both. Aaron Gordon came down court from a pass from Russ and just launched a 3. Bitch, in your face. Game over. Like, Chet Holmgren, like, I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. And Shea can't be out here by himself trying to carry this team. 25 points, nobody else got over 12. Not one other player. Now, you did get 4 players that scored in double digits, which gave you a total of 42 points. But that's pretty much all the rest of the help that you got on the team. Luckily, they won the game. Luckily, they won that game because Jokic out here trying to do it all by himself. But, bro, it's not a good look in my honest opinion, man. I don't think they got it in them to win this series, y'all. I really don't. I don't think Thunder gonna win this series. So if I'm saying that, man, I think it's gonna be Denver, and I'm not giving up on my Warriors yet, y'all. If Curry come back next game, we still in it. That's all I'm gonna say. We still in it. If Curry come back, we still in it. I ain't gonna give up on my Warriors, but if Curry don't play next game, 1-2-3 Cancun, it's gonna be the damn Timberwolves versus Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, and I'm gonna laugh, y'all, if this fucking shit happens. Because I don't know if anybody thought about this being a possibility, but this is going to be very interesting if it happens. You might have the same 2 teams who traded players meet up in the NBA Finals. Because remember, Cat got traded from the Timberwolves this offseason. Julius Randle got traded from the Knicks this offseason. If they both make it to the NBA Finals, I'm going to be sitting here laughing. And I tell you, I'm going to be rooting for the Timberwolves. I'll be rooting for the Timberwolves. They can't root for them Knicks, y'all. But I'll be rooting for the motherfucking Timberwolves, y'all. It's like shit. But it's going to be interesting to see if that actually will play out, because if it's Denver versus Minnesota, like it's looking like it's going to be right now, I'm going to take Minnesota. They ain't got nobody that can guard Ant. And they can throw bodies at they can put Gobert weird lanky ass on what you call it and just make it a little tough on him. He just that type of player. He gonna get his, but slow him down where they have to make some other people try to beat him. And Jamal Murray, I don't know about that dude, man. He had that shit in the bubble. Where he was going off. But I think that helped him out a lot because he wasn't playing in front of live crowds. I don't know if it's a live crowd that really get to him or something, because he was showing out in the bubble and he'll show a spark here and there, but he ain't never consistent. That dude should be a certified 25 points a night. If Jokic's gonna do the heavy lifting with 27 and 30, like, motherfucker, you need to help out with 25. Because obviously your boy Michael Porter Jr. ain't fucking gonna give it to you. He definitely ain't gonna give it to you. Russ might come in and fuck the game up for you. And he can also save the game for you in the same game. But yeah, I think Minnesota have them. I'm gonna get I'll be on the show on Monday next week when CJ do his because I gotta get some of these basketball topics off because we need to switch it up. Both of us don't need to be covering basketball at the same time. Anyways, I could be doing something different on Tuesday. But no bullshit, man. As of right now, with the playoff standings, man, I truly believe it's gonna be. As of right now, at least predicting the conference finals, just the conference finals. I think you're gonna have the Indiana Pacers going up against the New York Knicks. I think you're gonna have the Denver Nuggets going up against the Minnesota. I ain't giving up on my Warriors yet. My bad, I forgot about that. I ain't giving up on my Warriors. So that last one's still an if. But if I'm looking at it from the outside looking in and not being a Warriors fan, it's gonna be the Nuggets versus Timberwolves. Interesting finals, or interesting conference finals for each one of them, but I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna have to pull for the Timberwolves for the rest of the way. I can't pull for the Knicks. I know the Knicks are better than the Pacers. The Knicks will beat the Pacers, and I just think the Timberwolves will beat the Nuggets. I just think they got their number and they'll beat them. So then it's just Timberwolves, Knicks in the finals, and I'm taking Timberwolves. Fuck Jalen Brunson, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. I like Jalen Brunson, y'all. I like him a little bit. I like him a little bit. I like the way he plays, and he repping for the short guys, the short kings. You know, he ain't number 6 something. He real short compared to NBA players. Not short compared to most of everybody else in the world. Yeah, most of y'all short. But nah, man. Look, that's my prediction right now. As of right now, oh no, Donovan Mitchell played this game. Oh, look at let's check the score real quick. Like, let's check the score pad. Tyrese Halliburton got 24 points. Pascal backing him up with 17. Let's go down here. So Donovan Mitchell actually played in this game, bro. He quit last game, bro. Like, dude, come on now. He got 19. Evan Mobley got 20. Darius Garland, what you doing with 7, bro? Like, yeah, they gonna have to pick it up, bro. They already down 85-76. It's a 9-point game right now. They gotta get that shit right. Otherwise, they're gonna be 1-2-3 Cancun out here. And the sad part, they really deserve to be 1-2-3 Cancun, because how you the number 1 seed and you coming in here getting your ass blasted? I forget what seed Indiana was. What was they seed, man? Let me see this shit. Standings, yeah. Let me see the standings. Yeah, Indiana was a 4 seed, man. Y'all getting y'all ass blasted by a 4 seed. Y'all won 14 more games than them boys, and y'all getting y'all ass blasted. Now Minnesota, look, if it's Minnesota Denver, you gonna have a 6 versus 4 Western Conference Finals against a 3 and a 4, a 3 and a 4. Yeah, it's pretty close, pretty similar. But look, y'all, I got a video for y'all before we get up out of here, man. I had one little video. House of Highlights had something, not House of Highlights, Jimmy High Roller, man, because they still have not awarded the MVP yet, y'all. They still ain't gave it out, and I know who I'm saying I'm gonna give it to. I would give it to Shea, but I can't deny that Jokic had crazy numbers. Now, if you gave it to the person just off of numbers, you give it to Jokic. You got to give it to him. But the NBA is about politics and shit. There's been many years that LeBron should have won. There's been many years that Jordan should have won. There's many years that Giannis should have won. Kobe, well, now I ain't gonna say Kobe. Kobe, he got the one that he worked his ass off for. Outside of that, he shouldn't have won nothing else. But
we are now.
Lost my train of thought. I think that's who it's gonna go to. But they're gonna talk about this real quick. Like, so let's go jump into the saddle real quick, like, and review something real quick. Let's see what we got.
We are now just a few weeks away from the end of the 2025 NBA regular season, and by this point, the MVP race is usually all but wrapped up. But what do you do when there's 2 MVPs? History says you vote for the guy who is leading his team to the most wins of any team in a decade while putting up prime Michael Jordan numbers. Very clearly the best player on the best team, which should make this decision pretty obvious. Except it's not. Because history has never seen a season like the one Nikola Jokic is having. It's better than this one, and this one, and this one. In fact, it is possibly the most impactful season anyone has ever had. 2 all-time great campaigns, and only 1 trophy. It is the greatest MVP race in recent history, and it has left voters completely torn, questioning what it even means to be the NBA's most valuable player. Today's video is sponsored by DraftKings.
DraftKings. Ain't nothing sponsored by nobody around here. None of that. Hell no. Until we get sponsorships around here, y'all. Fuck that. Let's go.
To claim your offer. That's promo code Jimmy High Roller. The most compelling case someone can make to be the most valuable player in the league is to put up the best numbers in the league. This isn't the only ingredient to the MVP recipe, but it's a big one. And right now, Jokic and Shai aren't just having the 2 best seasons in the NBA, they're having 2 of the best seasons of all time. Just looking at some simple box score numbers, Nikola Jokic jumps off the screen like the
Man, look at these numbers right here, y'all. And oh damn, my bad, I'm messing up. Hold on, let me get it back up. Oh, no, I don't want to be right. I want to be him. Oh, all right, there we go. Oh, camera back on. Look at these numbers on Jokic's side. Shai, I hadn't seen them numbers before. Look at Jokic's numbers here on this side, bro. 29.1, 12.8 rebounds, 10.3 assists. The motherfucker plays center. He plays center, y'all. That's crazy. Shooting 57.5 from the field, 41.3. Man, dude, if he could have got his free throws up to 90, he would have been a 50-40-90 guy. As a center, averaging 10 assists. That's crazy stat line. It's a crazy stat line. That's why I say, like, if it went to the person that should get it, it would be him. But they gonna give it to Shai. I don't know what it is about all these sports leagues that like to do that. Like last year, Lamar should have won the MVP, but they gave it to Josh Allen. It was some bullshit. It's like it's politics. It's more than just the game and what you do inside the game. It's the moment. The moment actually matters too. And they gave it to Josh. They should have gave it to this guy. But I'm sorry. Let me shut up. Let Jimmer keep going. Tell him, Jimmer.
The obvious favorite. A near 30-point triple-double on nearly the best efficiency in the entire league, and the first player to ever be top 3 in points, rebounds, and assists. Numbers that make Shai's season look a bit pedestrian, despite being historic. 33, 5, and 6 on at least 60% true shooting is a stat line that has only been achieved by 3 other players in the history of the NBA. Michael Jordan, James Harden, and Luka Doncic across 5 different seasons. Although none of them were as efficient from the floor as Shai is this season. However, box score numbers by themselves have never been quite enough to compel voters. Of these 5 previous seasons, only one of them ended up winning the MVP, Michael Jordan in '88. And to pull it off, he had to also be the best defensive player in the league. In the case of Jokic, there's only been one season in modern NBA history that compares to his, Russell Westbrook in 2017. And that season, he was the runaway MVP, receiving 69 of the total 101 first-place votes. The glaring difference between these 2 seasons? The mile-wide gap in their efficiency. Nearly a decade and some of the most absurd statistical seasons later, and the upgraded version of Westbrook's MVP season not only doesn't warrant a runaway victory for the award, it may not even win it. But these numbers hardly even scratch the surface of the impact and value these 2 provide every game. If we take a deeper look into some of their more advanced numbers, we can see just how remarkable Shai and Jokic have been this season and why the MVP race is as close as it is. To put into perspective the caliber of season these 2 are having, LeBron at his absolute statistical peak had a box plus minus of 13.24. Steph Curry at his absolute best had a BPM of 11.94. This season, Jokic has a box plus minus of 13.21, and Shai is at 11.58. Choosing between Jokic and SGA this season is like picking between 09 LeBron and 2016 Steph. Good luck. For the last half-decade, Jokic has led the league in just about every advanced metric by about a mile. But this season, Shai has threatened Jokic's spot and even dethroned him at times as the best player in the league. A feat that, in and of itself, is probably the most impressive thing he's done all season. On any given night, either one of them can look like the most impactful player on the planet. And even looking at advanced numbers, the edge is only slightly in Jokic's favor. Crafted NBA has Jokic as the best player in the NBA this season, with Shai right behind him, and then a really big gap, and then everyone else. Estimated plus minus, on the other hand, has Shai as the best player in the league this season, with Jokic right behind him, and then huge gap, everyone else. A quick glance at any of these catch-all statistics will tell you that Jokic and SGA are both historically and almost equally as dominant this season. Fortunately for those who are put to the difficult task of choosing between Jokic and SGA for MVP, these numbers have never been a direct indication of who will or who should win the award. Over the last 2 decades, the best or most impactful player in the NBA in any given season, according to some of the best advanced metrics, ended up winning the MVP award only about half of.
God damn, look, before he even showed that, look at how many times Jokic's name is on here. Look. Crafted plus minus. Jokic. Estimated plus minus leader. Shea, Jokic. Box plus minus leader. Jokic. Like, dude, I ain't gonna lie. I watch him play and I look at his numbers and I'm like, dude, that shit crazy that he putting up the statistics that he puts up every game is crazy. I still take Giannis over his ass. But it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And it's probably crazy for me to say I take Giannis. But it's crazy. See my boy Antetokounmpo right there in 2020.
Metrics ended up winning the MVP award only about half of the time. Many times, these are cases where the individual numbers were backed with regular season team success, but rarely have the numbers alone, regardless of how great they were, been enough to be crowned the most valuable player in the league. In fact, if putting up the best stats automatically made a player the MVP, voting for the award wouldn't even be necessary. So in terms of sheer individual numbers, there isn't a very compelling case to be made in either direction. Jokic's numbers are better, but without more context, their dominance from game to game is virtually the same. So we need to add more context. How are these performances impacting their team? And to what extent does their historic production lead their team to success?
Boy, about to get dunked on. That's how he looked at it. He lucky he blocked that bit. You got to get put in the slot.
In most cases, when two players are having incredible seasons, the tiebreaker in the eyes of fans and voters comes down to how well their team is playing. The second ingredient to the MVP recipe: win and win often.
And that's why Shea gonna win it, because they were the number one in the West.
25 of the last 30 MVPs went to players who clinched either the first or second seed in their conference. And right now, the Thunder aren't just winning more games than the Nuggets. They are the fourth highest winning team in modern NBA history. But recently, team success has held less weight in the MVP discussion than it has in the past. 3 of the last 4 MVPs going to players outside of the top 2 seeds. Nikola Jokic being just the second player in over 40 years to win the MVP, despite his team not even cracking 50 wins in a full season back in 2021. As if the voters have made the decision that the MVP isn't limited to simply the best player on the best team, but...
And look, y'all, they had to give it to him that year. Because he played crazy, but it was the same argument. People could have made the same argument they made against Russ when Russ averaged a triple-double. He was the 6th seed. Let me go back when he showed that shit. Did he even show it far enough to show Russ's shit? Nah, he didn't even show Russ's shit. But the year Russ won the MVP, I think the Thunder was 6th seed that year. They could have been a 5th, but I think they were a 6th seed. And he got that thing because he put up the triple-doubles. His stat line was crazy. His stat line was like, damn, and you averaged this the whole season, nigga? But Jokic, that year, they don't normally give it to the 6th seed, y'all. But they've been moving around trying to do something a little different every year now. But I think they still gonna give it to the guy. I think they're gonna give it to Shea because they had the best record.
Players outside of the top 2 seeds. Nikola Jokic being just the second player in over 40 years to win the MVP, despite his team not even cracking 50 wins in a full season back in 2021. As if the voters have made the decision that the MVP isn't limited to simply the best player on the best team, but rather the player who has the largest impact on a winning team. And right now, there is one player in basketball who is impacting the game far more than anyone else. Here are the current top 8 leaders in the MVP race: Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Tatum, Mitchell, Curry, Mobley, and LeBron. And here are the net ratings of each of their teams. Shea has put on a masterclass all season, leading the Thunder to be not just the most dominant team this season, but the second most dominant regular season team in NBA history in terms of net rating. And for many people, the overwhelming team success the Thunder have had this season is enough to push Shea into the lead for the MVP. But value isn't just when your team wins. It is how much your team depends on you to win. If we look at each team's net rating when their MVP candidate is on the floor, it is clear that the Thunder are easily the best team in the league when Shea is on the court, with an absurd net rating of plus 18.3. This means that when Shea is on the floor, the Thunder are nearly 20 points better than their opponents per 100 possessions, followed by the Cavs with Mobley, the Cavs with Mitchell, and the Nuggets with Jokic. But the most revealing measure is the difference a player makes for their team when they're on the court versus when they're off the court, where Nikola Jokic jumps out as by far the most valuable and important player to his team in the entire league. His presence on the floor is the difference between the Nuggets being a net negative 8.2 points, bordering the worst team in the NBA, and a plus 10.6, one of the best teams in the NBA. For many of these MVP candidates, their team can still compete at a high level even when they're off the court, like the Celtics without Tatum, the Cavs without Mitchell or without Mobley, the Lakers without LeBron, and the Thunder without Shea. Steph and Giannis are the only other MVP candidates who elevate their teams from below average to title contenders. But without Jokic on the floor this season, the Nuggets are nearly the worst team in the league. Now, it's worth considering who these players play around when they're on the floor. A rotation that tends to keep starters together is bound to favor those in that starting lineup compared to a rotation that pulls and plugs periodically. For example, if Jokic tends to play with starters more often than not, but SGA is constantly playing with rotational players, Jokic's numbers are going to appear better on paper because he's playing alongside a better group. And so I looked into this. How many possessions these MVP candidates have played this season, and how many of those possessions were exclusively with the starting lineup?
He getting deep with it, y'all. He getting deep with it. How many? Yeah. Go on, let me know.
And it turns out that Nikola Jokic does have the benefit of playing with the best players on the Nuggets more than any of these other candidates play with theirs. 17% of all of his minutes on the court coming alongside the Nuggets starters. For comparison, Steph only plays with the Warriors starting lineup 9% of the time. But in most cases, this number is negligible. For example, Giannis plays with the Bucks starters virtually as much as Jokic plays with his. And at most, the difference in time these players see on the court with their best unit varies by less than 10% of their total playing time. In other words, it doesn't really matter who Jokic is playing around. He rises the tides for his entire team significantly more than anyone else in the entire league. In fact, according to Cleaning the Glass, when you translate these on-off splits to an estimation of impact on Denver's record, the Nuggets are a staggering 45 wins better as a team when Jokic is on the floor versus when he isn't. For comparison, Shea's on-court impact on the Thunder projects to them being about 15 wins better as a team. But this is where the discussion becomes a matter of what you value most in your most valuable player. Because while Jokic elevates the Nuggets to one of the best teams in the league, Shea elevates the Thunder to being one of the best teams of all time. Is it more valuable to drag your team from being bad to being in title contention? Or is it more valuable to elevate your team from title hopefuls to overwhelming title favorites? This is essentially what the MVP race is boiling down to. A player with ungodly numbers propelling his team to compete at a level they have no business being at, or a historically great scoring juggernaut who is the sole leader of the best team in recent history. And the answer to this question may boil down to a third and final ingredient to the MVP award, a factor that is often ultimately decided who has won in the past and will more than likely be the deciding factor this season.
What is it? Hey, y'all, it's about to get good. I like how he good at storytelling when he do his shit. Go check out Jimmy High Roller. Go check him out, man. I watch his shit. He ain't did nothing in a little while, but you already can tell he do good content. 2.59 million. The boy doing good work on this shit. This one already here got over 1 million a month ago. I'm ready to see what he do next time. Next time he drops something. But go check him out, bro. He actually do a lot of good breakdowns. I used his shit when we did the 90s versus today's NBA and all that shit. Like, go check him out, bro. He got some really good shit. Or just watch the videos that I do when I cover them. Either way, let's keep going.
In ESPN's most recent MVP straw poll, 100 members of the media were asked to cast their vote on who they thought was the MVP of the 2025 NBA season. The results? Within the top 5, Donovan Mitchell received 0 first-place votes. So did Tatum, and so did Giannis. Nikola Jokic received 30, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander received 70 of the 100 first-place votes. So far, the media has spoken, and they think Shai is this season's most valuable player. But in more recent surveys asking players, NBA executives, and NBA analysts, out of the 25 votes that were casted, 18 were in favor of Jokic, and only 7 voted for Shai. Which brings us to our third ingredient in the MVP. Narratives. Beyond what you do on the court, the story has to be in your favor as well. And at the moment, every narrative is beaming directly at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to become this season's most valuable player. First and foremost, he is the best player on the best team, a formula that has led to more MVPs than any other. While Jokic is fighting the uphill battle of voter fatigue, Shai is ripe to receive his first MVP. He's not just having a great season, he's having an all-time great individual season. He plays both sides of the ball. He is the leader of the NBA's brightest young team, and in a league that's been searching for a fresh face, Shai is front and center. SGA has what I consider to be the perfect MVP resume this season. He checks every single box for what you would want in your most valuable player. He has the marquee performances, he has the momentum, he has the caliber, and of course, he's never won it before. But narratives can also lead us astray. They can allow our emotions to dictate how we perceive what we are actually seeing. And that's where precedence gives us points to reference in search for the most fair and accurate conclusion. It allows us to not be prisoners of the moment, but instead consider the history of the game and the unwritten rules we've abided by up to this point. Precedence tells us that no matter how great a player is, winning 4 MVPs before making it to the finals even twice is completely unheard of, even for the greatest players to ever play. For this same reason, voter fatigue is a frustrating but very real thing. If the MVP award purely went to the most valuable player in the league every season, Michael Jordan and LeBron would right now. Instead, the award sort of blends from one season to the next, taking in the context of everything that came before it and the consequences of it. Decades ago, MVP voters decided that the award was not reserved for the best player or even the player having the best season. Instead, it was an award that had multiple ingredients, multiple boxes that needed to be checked off. But even by their own criteria, what qualified a player to be the MVP was changing all the time. If it was simply the player having the best season, Michael Jordan would have won it about 8 times. If it was the best player on the best team, Michael Jordan would have won it about 8 times. But instead, he has 5, which has essentially set a firm benchmark on how voters vote for the foreseeable future.
Which means that they vote and it don't make no damn sense for when they voted, because they should have gave Mike all the ones he should have won. Same thing with LeBron. Look, Steve Nash would not have an MVP, y'all. He would have won if they didn't do that bullshit where they flip-flop between the same reasons why they pick shit. They just make shit up on top of their head. It's a feelings-based vote when it comes down to it. Because Shaq should have won one of those MVPs that Steve Nash won. And the ones that Curry got, that should have went to LeBron. Derrick Rose would have never got one. Like, be real about it, man. They don't know. It's a feelings-based vote, bro. It's a feelings-based vote.
Messed up by not rewarding MJ with the number of MVPs he rightfully earned, and so every player that came after him is held to the same arbitrary, convoluted standard. As one fan put it, sports writers regret not giving Jordan all the MVPs and now punish everyone after that like it's a Supreme Court case and not just something they could change at any time. A case of we do it this way because we've always done it this way. The MVP award should be given to the most valuable player in the league, but it's not quite that simple, and it never has been. To make the argument that Jokic deserves the MVP because he is objectively having the best season in basketball right now would be the most logical conclusion. But it would also be ignoring the 78 years of history, tradition, and expectations that we have come to follow. Based on the responses to this discussion so far, it appears that now more than ever, the players and the people involved in the NBA from game to game view the award as a reflection of simply who is the best, most impactful player. And the media looks at it through the lens more of story and narrative. And in the end, it is the media who gets to vote. With less than a month left in the regular season, the race for the MVP only seems to be getting tighter with each game. And in what is shaping up to be the greatest MVP battle we have ever seen, voters will have to either stay the course and vote for a player that has built a near perfect MVP case, or make a rare exception to a player that is quite possibly having the most impactful individual season in modern NBA history.
And that was Jimmy High Roller right there for you folks. I like the way he tell his stories, the way he break that shit down. Because it's going to come down to how whoever is voting on this shit feel about it. But I got a good feeling, y'all. They're going to give it to Shai. But they could correct this shit at any time. Now, I bet money, if they correct it in this vote and actually give it to the most valuable dude, which I think is Jokic, you're going to have a lot of people losing their mind, because I'll say something about it. But as long as they continue on the right path after this, they'll be fine. But they're going to have outrage about it because we know how this shit is shaped up. How a lot of players in the past have gotten robbed of their MVPs because the NBA wanted to do their own little, well, not the NBA, but the NBA analysts wanted to do their little storyline shit and how they felt about it in the moment. Like, dude, it really just do it next year. Do it next year and just start giving it to the best player in the league, the most valuable player in the league. And then you won't have no problems from here on out. Fuck the storylines, man. Storylines don't win you games. Storylines might put people in seats, but at the end of the day, the players got to go out there and play it. And if one dude's showing you that he stands above the rest, you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. But do it next year. Do it next year. Shea gonna get you one, bro. Shea gonna get you one. And the NBA's not finna make him the face of the league, bro. He's from Canada. They're not finna do it. Before they make him the face of the league, they'll make somebody from Europe, like Jokic or Luka or one of them, the face of the league. Giannis or some shit like that. They not finna make Shea the face of the league first, not from Canada. And they really want Ant to probably be it. Jason Tatum them done already. They show they can't be the face of the league. LeBron about to be gone a little bit, y'all, so we're going to need some help. Give it to Curry for a couple more years because, you know, he been helping LeBron out for all these years. But, yeah, somebody got to step it up. But, look, man, I think they're going to give it to Shea. If I was a voter, I'll vote straight down the line, man. I would give it to Jokic just because the stat line is just crazy. It's just crazy as hell. Like, dude, he's averaging a 30-point triple-double. That's a center. Like, dude, that's 30-point triple-double as a center. That's crazy. Especially the passing part. But he do be throwing that thing around. He got help around him. We can't deny that. But look, man, we came, we saw, we conquered. We did what we had to do tonight. We did what we had to do, man. We had to get this sports show in. It was fun. It was great. Talked about it. I already told y'all what my predictions are going to be for at least the conference finals. And I gave my finals prediction. So once again, just so we have it on record, so can't nobody say I switched it up and changed it. I'm predicting we're going to have and I ain't even going to do my Warrior thing. I'm going to just go ahead and predict it straight up. In the Eastern Conference, you're going to have the Indiana Pacers going up against the New York Knicks. And in the West, you're going to have the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Denver Nuggets. That's my picks. And then out of that, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves going to the finals, and I got the New York Knicks going to the finals. I'll tell you who I got winning. I think I kind of spilled the beans in here earlier, but I'm going to hold that for now, and I'll say that for later just to see if it plays out. But that's how I see it happening, y'all. That's how I see it playing out and going down. But, you know, we all going to find out one way or another. But for everybody that tuned in tonight, man, appreciate y'all. I know this is kind of like a little off show. Because, man, it's getting to the end of the NBA season, man. And then sports is out to get real bad. I could have covered some shit about Shedeur, but, man, I'm going to leave that one alone for right now. I'm going to let that man rest and let him do what he got to do, man. Try to make this team, because these folks set him up to try to make him fail. So we're going to see how that play out. But look, man, it's been fun. If you watched over on Let's Talk, if you watched over on J Talk Sports, or you was watching over on Facebook, man, make sure y'all hit that like button for your boys. Subscribe, share the videos, and turn them notices on. Make sure you click all on the notice, y'all, because YouTube will turn them bitches off for you. They will turn them off for you. You won't even know we live. You like, man, yeah, you did a show yesterday. Oh, man, I ain't see it. Yeah, check your notifications, man. They will turn them off. Ain't nobody saying y'all turn them off. YouTube will turn them off. It's been proven. But yeah, we gonna get the fuck up out of here, man. I appreciate all y'all. Stay out of trouble, and catch you in the next one on Thursday, man. So yeah. Peace. Hold on. I can't do it that way. I gotta change it. Hold up. Let me get my thing right. Yeah, select that one. Now we gone. That's if they really find something.
They say I'm a big dog, I make all my niggas better. I feel like I'm Chris Paul. I serve all the peers, cocaine, don't need no fentanyl. He faking this persona for the bitches, call him Rick Ross. While I fuck on your bitch right by the door, I told her get lost. I see cash up in my sleep like Trader Visionary. I keep sticks up on my side, got more than the military. Got up in that pussy, leave it creamy, Ben and Jerry's. Take off like a jet, I'm feeling like I'm Jason Terry. These niggas hate it, but these bitches love the way I'm shining though. I might get 100 years if the police find a dope. Dreaming for my baby mama, cause I found a final.